So, first and foremost, all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh. In the name of His Son, this is First Corinthians, and we are now reviewing chapter 2 in the F.O.G classroom. Let me get that real quick. Do I have any readers in the building on today?
I'll read a little bit.
You can read a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to go to chapter 2.
Okay. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm all set. I want you to read slow.
Read slow?
Yep.
Okay. First Corinthians chapter 2, verse 1. And I, brethren, when I came to you, I came not with excellence of speech or of wisdom, declaring unto you the testimony of God.
So right there, what is he hinting at when he talks about he came not with excellency of speech or wisdom? Right? What's he referencing from the last chapter?
I don't think he came with the speech of the I would call it like the educated, well orator person there who can speak well, and with the and was the wisdom. I would say the wisdom of the. Let me get that. It's kind of hard for me to say.
I would say it seemed like he's probably maybe like referring back to like verse 18, the foolishness of like preaching the word.
Ooh, we getting close. We getting close. So the foolishness of preaching the word, and why was this important? Why was the foolishness of preaching the word important? Who did it look foolish to?
To the circumcision.
We're getting close. Because remember, who searched for wisdom and who searched for a sign?
The Greeks.
Well, the Greeks, the Gentiles, yeah.
Okay. So the Greeks looked for wisdom and the Jews required a sign. But we preach Christ crucified unto the Jews a stumbling block and unto the Greeks foolishness. But unto them which are called both Jews and Greeks, AHSHRAWCHAA, the power of God and the wisdom of God, because the foolishness of God is wiser than men, and the weakness of God is stronger than men. So, he says all this, and he ends it with that not the flesh should glory in his presence, but of him are ye in Hamashiach Yahushai, who of God is made unto us wisdom and righteousness and sanctification and redemption, that according as it is written, he that glorieth, let him glory in the Lord. So he's saying all that, and he's alluding to how, I'm not coming to you with excellency of speech or wisdom. And so what he's trying to do is be relatable. He's trying to be relatable.
So, if I could say, it's like when he said that, that I'm like the least amongst the apostles, right? Kind of in that vein.
I like that. I like how you alluded to that. And I'm gonna look at something real quick. So, excellency of speech is referring to authority, elevation, preeminence, superiority, right? Excellent. So he's saying that he's coming with a certain speech. He's coming from a more humble place. So that was an excellent point, Cap. That was an excellent point. He's the least of the apostles, right? He's a new creature, or he's making himself relatable. So we could continue in that. Marshall.
Okay. Verse 2.
And you can read a little faster.
For I determined. Okay. For I determined not to know anything among you, save Yahushua Hamashiach and him crucified. And I was
So
with you in weakness.
hold on real quick. So he was a doctor in the law, right?
Yes.
Why doesn't he know anything? Like, why is he saying he don't know anything? And this is a rhetorical question. And I feel like he's going to explain that further, but he's already said that he's not speaking from an authoritative place. And he's put himself in a space where he's no longer this doctor that he once was. Right, go ahead.
It's like Salakia. It's like when a rapper be like saying something like, I can't hear nothing, but all I hear is the money now. Right? It's kind of like that.
Right, it's not literal.
It's not literal. Yeah.
But Christ has the preeminence, is what he's giving it. Hamashiach, Yahushua has the preeminence. And I think that's very important for all of us, an important example, not necessarily for cutting heathen or anything like that, or cutting anybody in a debate, but just so that we can operate with Hamashiach having the preeminence. Go ahead.
Verse 3. And I was with you in weakness and in fear and in much trembling. And my speech and my preaching was not with enticing words of man's wisdom, but in demonstration of the Spirit and of power.
So somebody break that down for me. When he says, my speech and my preaching was not with enticing words or man's wisdom.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this. It's it's kind of reminiscent when you visualize it. What he's saying, it's not like, in modern terms, it's not like prosperity pastor up in the Christian church, right, in that Babylonian temple, hooping and hollering, telling you what you want to hear. God loves you. He just wants to hug you. Have you ever been swallowed up? Right? It ain't none of that. Right? Right. That's exactly what Paul is alluding to here. Right? A semblance of something, a similitude to something like that.
There you go. Look, in the NLT it says, I came to you in weakness, timid and trembling, and my message and my preaching were very plain. Rather than using clever and persuasive speeches, I relied only on the power of the Holy Spirit. Ain't nothing wrong with seasoning your words with salt. We're told that we should do that. But it's also important to let the Spirit come in and do what it's supposed to do as well. You understand? It's about having some balance. That's what Paul did. Now, we're not saying that this is a commandment or anything like that, but this is the angle he's coming with. And we want to look at these minute points so that when we come with this fine-tooth comb, there's nothing too small to where anything passes through it. We want to catch everything. Go ahead.
This is verse 5. That your faith should not stand in the wisdom of men, but in the power of God. Howbeit we speak wisdom among them that are perfect, yet not the wisdom of this world, nor of the princes of this world that come to naught. But we speak the wisdom of God in the mystery, even the hidden wisdom which God ordained before the world unto our glory.
That's
verse 8.
crazy.
That's deep. That is.
You had something to say, Cap?
No, I was just saying that's deep. Goodness, man. That's just like that made me think of just like when they asked why Yahushua why he taught in parables, right? But go ahead.
No, you good. Go ahead and bring out what you have.
No, I was just saying, and what Yahushua replied to him, because it's not for everybody to know, you know what I'm saying? And that's why you need the Holy Spirit, to guide you and to reveal these things to you. Same way, because it's the same thing. Yahushua said that I only speak what I learned from my father. right? And that's why he spoke in parables, and that's the same thing that the wisdom that Paul is giving right here in this epistle, in the second chapter of First Corinthians.
Gone. Gone. Look, Paul, and I'm looking at Paul's writing in translated into the NLT. Yet when I'm among mature believers, I do speak with words of wisdom, but not the kind of wisdom that belongs to this world or to the rulers of this world, who are soon forgotten. No, the wisdom we speak is of the mystery of God, his plan that was previously hidden, even though he made it for our ultimate glory before the world began. So, it's not given unto them to understand these parables. And it's what's told is he spoke plainly to the apostles behind closed doors.
Right. That's cold, man. That's deep.
If I spoke, what did he say? If you can't understand me when I talk to you about worldly things, how can you understand when I talk about heavenly things?
How can you understand?
Right.
That's cold. It's cold as hell. And so, look, continuing to let Mashiach be the example. I'm not trying to be flashy, not trying to impress nobody. We're trying to be concise. Let's see here. Keep going, Masha.
Come. This is verse 8. Which none of the princes of this world knew, for had they known it, they would not have crucified the Lord of glory.
Right.
Which none of the princes of this world knew.
Come. Hey, I've got an alternate version in the BSB. Can I bring that out real quick? Verse 8.
Come.
And it reads like this in the BSB, the Berean Standard Bible. None of the rulers of this age understood it, for if they had, they would not have crucified the Lord of glory.
Who crucified him?
Right. None of the rulers. Which were the rulers of who?
But who were the rulers, though? Now, Peter, Jesus, who he slew and hung up on a tree, he was talking to Jews. But we know they didn't personally touch him, so who's he talking about?
He's talking about the Jews.
Now, what would it matter to the Romans if they knew or not? Because the Jews that had him hung up, aside from Caiaphas, they didn't believe in him.
Nope.
Well, right. Only, certain of the elect Jews, who Yahweh, gave that understanding to, understood. That's why Caiaphas, when he stood up, I think in John, I think that's John chapter 7, right? He said that y'all don't know anything.
God.
That's cold.
He said y'all know nothing.
Said it was expedient.
Right.
You see that? So who's he calling the princes of the world?
Right. He's calling the circumcision the princes of the world.
Ooh, you see that? Is that a cut on John 3:16? Is he saying this world is in the world of Israel, or is he saying the world at large?
No, he's not talking to the world at large.
Talking about Israelites.
Say what?
I said, is he talking about the world of Israel? Is he talking about the world at large, or is there a chance that he's not talking about the Israelites at all, and he's talking about the rulers of this world?
I think he's referring to the circumcision.
I'm kind of leaning that way as well, but personally, I feel like it's just because I want to.
Right. Yeah.
So now what I'm looking for is something that will trip up my argument for that answer. What do y'all think?
Well, read verse 6 again.
Read what?
Read verse 6.
1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 6. Howbeit we speak wisdom among them that are perfect, yet not the wisdom of this world, nor of the princes of this world. That
wait. What world he's talking to right there?
You see that?
All right.
He said, let's just dial it back.
Right.
What's that called? A context.
Absolutely.
Follow the context. You see a point, it lights you up inside, go back. Follow the context. Good work, Cap. So what can we say? Did we just find a new cut for John 3:16?
God.
This is what happens. This is what happens when you just slow down and read the scriptures.
See, because he says that howbeit we speak wisdom among them that are perfect. Right? Who is the perfect there? He's not talking about no heathens.
It says among mature believers in the in the NLT.
Right.
You see that? I know even no mature believers either.
God.
And what makes you right? What makes you perfect? Right? Right? Patience, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments.
Look at that. Mashar, what's your translation say? The other translation you had about verse 6.
Verse 6?
Mm-hmm.
Hold up. Let me get that. I got to pull it up. Yeah, because
he's coming in hot right now.
Looking at the, 1 Corinthians. Let's go. What's that? What was that? 2? You said 2 and 6?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. 2, 6. Let's see. Oh, okay. All right. In the NLT, it reads it like this. Oh, hold up. Make sure I'm in the right. Yes. NLT reads like this. Yet when I was among mature believers, I do speak with words of wisdom, but not the kind of wisdom that belongs to this world or to the rulers of this world who are soon forgotten. Okay, let me get a better one.
Thought you had it in the BSB.
Oh, the B. Yeah, I'm trying to get it. Let me get there. That's right. That's where I was at. BSB. Where are you at? Salakia. There it is. For some reason, I got kicked out of that. 2, 6. Why does it keeps kicking me out? Slacky out. There it is. I don't know why. For some reason, I was just.
Yeah, I think he talk. You know what? I think he's talking about heathens. I mean, yeah, I think he's talking about the heathens when he's calling the princes of this world.
Oh.
You think it's easy?
Yeah. See, because look, let me just read it. Verse 6, he says, howbeit we speak wisdom among them that are perfect, right? Those are the believers, right? Yet not the wisdom of this world, right? So this, circular understanding, so to speak, right? Secular understanding, right? Nor the princes of this world that that come to know, right? So eventually, Yahweh is going to bring down all of these these princes and these kings, right? But we speak the wisdom of Yahweh in a mystery, right? Even the hidden wisdom, which the Most High ordained before the world unto our glory, which none of which none of the princes of this world knew. See, in context, he's still talking about these heathens and stuff, right? The the other people. He's not calling the Israelites the princes of this world in that context. For if they had known this, they would have not crucified the Lord of glory.
Okay. Right. Yeah, and in the BSB, that verse 6 reads almost about the same as the NLT. It says, among the mature, however, we speak a message of wisdom, but not the wisdom of this age, of the rulers of this age, who are coming to nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yep, right. Yeah. And then he goes on to explore, the hidden wisdom, how it's spoken in parables. That's how Yahweh works, right? because they couldn't understand it. If they did, then they wouldn't have crucified him if they would have understood who he was.
Right.
Mm.
Right.
They, right? Like I want to think that he was talking about us because that really makes more sense. I mean, because literally we said he had to die because he did. But you know,
All right.
huh,
I think we got a
All right.
consensus.
huh.
I'm
Okay.
I'm curious how that BSB word John 3:16. I
John
mean,
three sixteen.
if we kind of divert, just for a sec. I'm just curious how they read what they're saying, man.
Okay. John 3:16. In the BSB it says, okay, let's get you to John 3. Okay, I got to read the whole copy. 13, 14, 15. John 3:16 in the BSB. For God so loved the world that he gave his only, so like his one and only son, that everyone who believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life.
Oh, okay. They ain't translate
That's,
translate the world like they did in Second Corinthians. I mean First Corinthians chapter 2 verse 6. They translated.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. I was
right.
just curious. That's all.
No, that's good. We could continue on when you got it, Marshall.
Okay. Okay, back to First Corinthians chapter 2, where verse 9. But as it is written, I have not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which God had prepared for them that love him. But God hath
Mm,
revealed them unto us by his Spirit, for the Spirit searches all things, yea, the deep things of God. For that
right. And
man
how
knows
can
the things
hey pause right there? And how can
God.
and how is it? Because what Yahweh is a spirit, right?
God.
Right. And them that worship him must worship him in what? Spirit and in truth. Right?
Right.
Salakia. I just wanted to add that. You could keep going, Elder.
God. Back to verse 10. But God hath revealed them unto us his Spirit, for the Spirit searches all things, yea, the deep things of God. For
Right.
Salaki, for what man knoweth that the things of man save the spirit of man, which is in him? Even so the things of God knoweth no man, but the Spirit of God.
Mm,
Mm.
Now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the Spirit which is of God, that we might know the things that we are freely given to us of God, which things
mm.
also we speak not in the world, which man's wisdom teacheth, but which the Holy Ghost teacheth, comparing spiritual things with spiritual. But the
Mm.
natural man,
Mm.
but but the natural man receives not the things of the Spirit of God, for they are foolishness unto him. Neither can he know them because they are spiritual discerned. But
Ho.
he,
That sounds like something else Paul wrote. Verse 14?
do you want to read it again?
Yeah.
Verse 14 again. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of God, nor they are foolishness unto him.
Oh,
Neither
okay.
can he know them because they are spiritual discerned.
I think that's in Romans. What is that? Oh, where is
Let
that
me
at?
see.
Hold on.
Okay, I
See
got
if I can find this real quick.
You have it up?
No, hold on. One more second. One more moment.
I think of John 8:47, where it says, "He that is of God heareth God's words. Ye therefore hear them not, because ye are not of God." that's that's a smack in the goddamn face right there.
Mm.
It's like these Gentiles trying to deal with eschatology.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Cut.
Kai. This Romans chapter 8. I'm gonna start at verse 4. It says that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us. We walk not after the flesh, but after the spirit. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Because the carnal mind, this the cut right here, is enmity against Yahweh. For it is not subject to the law of Yahweh, neither indeed can be.
Look at that.
Mm. That was a beautiful cut. Now,
Right. So, and let me read verse 8. Verse 8 says, so they that are in the flesh cannot please Yahweh.
God. And all praises to the Most High. So we wrapped up 1 Corinthians chapter 2 real quick. And sometimes that's fine. You know, you could comb through it a couple of times. Sometimes it don't need to be no daggers in there, because at the end of the day, we want to learn from these things too. So, you know, these things were, you know, affirming things that we already understood.
Right.
It just so happens that Paul's writing this letter to a church that he felt needed to brush up on these things. That's fine. Let's go to chapter 3. Y'all brothers got time for one more chapter before we wrap up for today?
Well, we still got we still got a couple more verses though.
Yeah, one more verse.
Go.
Verse 16. Oh no, sorry, verse 15. Again. But he that is spiritual judges all things, yet he himself is judged of no man.
Right.
For who
Why is he that is spiritual judged of no man?
Because you're moving in accordance to the of the law of the Most High. You follow His laws, statutes, commandments, and you're moving in the spiritual.
Moving in the spiritual, and Cap just brought it up. They that are in Christ, there's no condemnation for them that's in Christ, who walk not after the flesh, but after the spirit. So that was a good precept he pulled.
And what is spiritual? The law is spiritual.
Right, and the law is spiritual. Right, absolutely.
Ain't good.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah. So.
And look, and our Lord Yahweh Shah, he said that you can judge too, by the way, for anybody who's listening, right? Right. Your Lord Yahweh Shah confirms what Paul is saying right here to the church at Corinth, right? See, when you're spiritual, you can judge all things, right? But you don't just judge based off of how things appear, right? You judge according to what?
A righteous judgment.
That's right.
Ready, go verse 3.
Right. Hey, look, and Salaki, and I like when Paul he later goes on in this epistle to Corinth and chastises them about how they're conducting, you know, their judgment there, right? How they're judging certain matters, right? You know. But we're gonna get to that, so let me not jump the gun too much on it.
God.
All right.
All right.
I think that's chapter 6.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Continuing on. This is chapter 3, verse 1. And I, brethren, could not speak unto you.
Did you read 16? For who hath known the mind of the Lord?
I'll read it again. Verse 1 Corinthians 2 and 16. For who hath known the mind of the Lord, that he may instruct him? But we have the mind of Hamashiach.
Boy, how you get the mind of Hamashiach? Boy, I should ask a Christian that.
That's cold though, because what this is a question any Christian should ask themselves when they find
Right.
themselves trying to establish their own righteousness. You follow Christ? Yeah. Do you keep the Shabbat? No. Why not? Christ kept the Shabbat. Because so I thought you were supposed to be the follower, but you're following your own ideology, which would make you the leader somehow. Do you know better than Hamashiach?
Right.
And that's
But
something
it
that
says
any of us should ask ourselves. Like, if we really are down for this walk, we should be able to look in the mirror and know that anything AHSHRAWCHAA tell us to do,
do it.
What we're supposed to be doing.
Exactly.
Right.
Hebrews 10:7, right?
Right. Bring it out. Right.
This Hebrews 10:7. Then said I, lo, I come in the volume of the book. It is written of me to do thy will, O God.
Right. Right. The mind of the Lord. Yeah, you find the mind of the Lord right written in these pages, what he said, you know. Right? And then the Holy Spirit, right? He said he knock at your door, he want to come and sup with you. All right? But you ain't doing what he said, keeping his commandments, he ain't dealing with you, right? Because you don't want to keep the Shabbat. You say the law puts you back in bondage. Huh?
It's a light yoke.
Right? It's a heavy yoke, right? It's just too much.
Right.
Well, damn, then what is it here in America then? I mean, it's more laws in your local city principalities than all of the laws of God.
How many laws are in America?
Man, bro. Right? But these people, Christians, they don't want to know the mind of the Lord. That's the thing, right? That's why that's a retort. Right? For who have known the mind of the Lord, right? What did Ezra say? Like he told Yahweh, right? You're gonna find that only the Israelites, only we have kept your commandments.
God.
On any level.
Come on, let's get to that. Let's get to that chapter 3. You said what?
Can I bring this out real quick? This fact out real quick. We love facts here. Like you said, our people got problems keeping the laws, right? But you got a problem with the laws, but America has what they said. According to Wikipedia, Congress has enacted over 30,000 statutes since 1789. 30,000.
Wow.
And our people follow, with all these laws that America has in place now, they follow
Yet vocab alone, right? And all these fake Christian apologists will say that the law puts you in bondage. Wow.
It says the U.S. has more laws on the books than any other country on earth.
Then Babylon is a prison state. Then
it's a prison state.
Yeah, man.
Who's in prison?
Everybody.
God. Yeah. So we're gonna continue on 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 1. And our brethren cannot speak unto you as unto spiritual, but as unto carnal, even as unto babes in Christ.
So he's making a contrast between the mature believers and these brothers. So we know that these are relatively new brothers and sisters in the body.
Mm-hmm.
And you can breeze through some of this. You could breeze through some of this all the way down to, say, verse 6, and then we'll slow it back down a little bit. Yeah, y'all can switch up if you want.
Con, go ahead and read something. You go ahead.
Con, this is verse 2. It says, "I fed you with milk and not with meat, For hitherto you are unable to bear it, neither yet now are you able. For ye are yet carnal. For whereas there is among you envying and strife and divisions, are ye not carnal and walk as men? For
Mm.
while what? Say what
No,
up?
you got it. I just said,
Right, yeah. He cutting. He
Right.
cutting hard right here. He rebuking hard. For while one saith, I am of Paul, and another,
Mm.
I am of Apollos,
Hello.
are ye not carnal?
mm-mm.
Who then is Paul, and who is Apollos, but ministers by whom ye believed, even as the Lord gave to every man? I have
Hold that
planted.
real quick. Hold that real quick.
Boom.
Hold
Hey,
that real quick.
hey, go ahead.
Uh,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
so this is Matthew 13 and 5. Actually, I'm gonna start at 3. And he spake many things unto them in parables, saying, Behold, a sower went forth to sow. And when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and the fowls came and devoured them up. Some fell upon stony places where they had not much earth, and forthwith they sprung up, because they had no deepness of the earth.
Right,
And when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away. And some fell among thorns, and the
right.
thorns sprung up and
Mm-hmm.
choked them. And you know, actually, I'm on. Hold on, real quick.
Right, right. While you doing that, right? I mean, you can see where kind of where Paul is in this aspect, drawing a little bit of his inspiration from.
Yeah,
Right,
they you get distracted by the wrong shit. You don't take your root deep enough. You fall on the superficial, right? Them
right,
seeds fall on the superficial. The
right.
word
Worried
don't
about the
take
wrong
deep
thing.
root.
Right, worried about the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? For us in modern terms, right? Worried about being a clout chaser, right? Being the deepest, having the best breakdown. You know what I'm saying? Right?
Mm.
Instead of worrying about first, right, absorbing the milk. You know what I'm saying? And for example, I'm with this camp, right? I'm with that camp. Right?
I was
My
just
teacher
about to
is
say
this
that.
guy. You know what I'm saying? I learned under this guy, right? But come on, man, right? Who are these guys? Right? Who are you? Right? Why is Earth and Ashes proud?
Exactly. Look at um, look. This is Matthew 13, and I'm going to 20. But he that receiveth the seed into the stony places, the same as he that heareth the word, and anon with joy receive it. And anon, it comes from the word ethos. It just means straight, level, straightforward, upright, and true.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yet he hath not root in himself, but dureth for a while. For when tribulation and persecution arise, because the word, by and by he is offended. So how do we contribute to things like these? And this is a rhetorical question, and you can add if you think of ways as well. But when we're preaching, when we're giving the breakdown, when we're giving the understanding, we shouldn't be appealing to the superficial. Now, Paul said that he got people with guile, and it is a numbers game. You want to get fish on the boat, but you want to make sure they understand the severity of this thing, more so than the glamour, because the fringes are intriguing. The
Yeah.
main thing you see, why I still be fasting from the damn internet, the main thing you see brothers talking about, you already know. Jumping
Mm-hmm.
on every sister's timeline and yelling at her about one subject matter, and then you ask them about anything else, it's the only breakdown they know.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Brothers are
Right.
allured by certain things. Women are allured by certain things. Oh, I get to wear the beautiful head wraps. I get to be better than the next bitch finally because there's too much competition in the world. I get to come in here and, I get to have my run of the place. You name it. All the vanity. So we have to make sure we cause our brothers and sisters to understand the severity and the consequences that come with being down with AHSHRAWCHAA. So let me continue. It says in 22, he also that receives seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word, and the care of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becometh unfruitful. But he that receiveth seed unto the good ground is he that heareth the word and understandeth it, which also beareth fruit and bringeth forth some an hundredfold, some 60, some 30. All right. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what Paul's talking about. He's like, are they yet carnal? They're
Mm-hmm.
not understanding, but this is a spiritual thing, because he just got through illustrating that it's the spirit that causes people to understand.
Right.
All he doing is baptizing them a little bit, dunking their faces in the water.
He just chopping them up a little bit, talking about telling them how, man, you guys worry about the wrong things. Y'all beefing, you know what I'm saying, being jealous of one another, acting like niggas.
For real, for lack
Right.
of better words, God
Like
damn
a
it,
better word, right? Con. Let me continue
niggers,
though.
acting like niggers. Yeah,
Right, acting like a nigger, right? A nigger, right? Ignorant, straight ignorant. Right. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3, continuing verse 6. It says, I have planted, Apollos watered, but Yahweh gave the increase.
so IUIC, they planted, Sakari watered, Yahweh gave the increase, Wi-Fi planted,
Mm-hmm.
Sons of Thunder watered, but Yahweh Shai,
Gave
by
the increase.
Yahweh, he gave the increase.
Right.
And that's what we ought never forget. But go ahead.
Con. Verse 7. So then neither is he that planteth anything, neither he that watereth, but Yahweh that giveth the increase. Now
Mhm.
he that planteth and he that watereth are one. Mm,
That's cold, because we
mm,
doing what? We all trying to
mm,
get what?
mm.
We all
Can
trying to work
anybody?
for the same penny.
Man, that's cold.
We all part of the same body, no matter where we try to put ourselves.
Right.
But here go. He that humbleth himself shall be exalted, but he that exalteth himself is going to be abased. The brother that's always trying to exalt himself, he's a distraction to everybody else. He's a hindrance to everybody else. He's not in the spirit. So what's going to ultimately happen to him is he's going to be abased, because he can't be a useful part of the body like that. Nobody should be above the program.
Right.
Right. That's right. We
But go
all
ahead.
working for the same penny. Right.
Exactly.
All right. Right. Now he that planteth and he that watereth are one. Right. Because can two walk together unless they be in agreement? Right.
That's
And
right.
Salakia. And every man shall receive his own reward according to his own labor. For we are laborers together with Yahweh.
Wait, whoa, 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 whoa. I want you to circle back to 8, because that hit me hard. That hit me
Right.
hard. And it's
Con.
in the same vein of what we already illustrated.
Right. Con. This is second Salakia, 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 8. Now he that planteth and he that watereth are one, and every man shall receive his own reward according to his own labor.
According to his own position,
His own labor.
Mm.
according to his own breakdown that he came up and only shared with the camp,
His own labor.
how many wives he got,
His own
Mm.
labor.
how many pairs of fringes he dripped in, how many cars he drive, according to how many views he got.
La
Now, why is it important? All of these things can be rewards. They could be indicative of labor, but say it's a fluke, right? We'll just use the views, right? What if it's a one-hit wonder video and it hit 1 million? and you think to yourself, this brother is going to get a hell of a reward in the kingdom. What if he sits on the couch for the rest of the year, for the rest of his walk?
Right.
What reward is he going to get? So it's not about position, it's about the labor. Now, mind you, when you get put in a position, labor comes with it. But you got to have that labor first. You got to have that outlook first, that, you know, you're a part of a body serving a purpose, and you have to want to do that labor. You got to be the type of brother that puts a brick down and then comes back and says, what can I do now? What can I help with next? You got to be assertive. You got to put your best foot forward at all times. You got to try to get that overtime check for the Most High, because every man shall receive his own reward according to his labor. Now, go ahead and finish that. Go to the next verse.
Yeah, and before we go to the next verse, this is just a quick dig at Christianity for all of y'all who say, oh, it's faith alone, it's no works based, and they love to run to Paul. Well, what is Paul saying right here then? In his first epistle. It sounds like he's talking about a works-based salvation, right?
Okay. And we gonna cut it with the concept of grace at the same time. I want you to read all the way through 10.
Right. Now verse 8 again. Now he that planteth and he that watereth are one, and every man shall receive his own reward according to his own labor. For we are laborers together with Yahweh.
Ooh.
Ye are God. Salaki. Go ahead, Elder.
Salaki, it was one more thing, because you was talking about verse 8 also, and Journal touched on something about, you know, we got a lot of gentlemen, get in a position, and they don't think they might not have to do the work because they think they got I had the position.
Right.
And they don't, it might lax on doing the work. What's that? I think that Galatians 6:3. What it says, because this is what they're doing to themselves. Real quick. For if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself.
Oh.
So you deceiving yourself.
That's cold.
Because and that's even with the people that come in, they be like, okay, I know, that's all I'm an Israelite, that's all. That's it. Just know it's enough.
And no one had the battle according to G.I. Joe.
Right. Right. You still gotta put your brick in. Right.
Right. Yeah. You still got you still got help with to lay that foundation.
Right, because why again, at your best, you're nothing, you're a filthy rag, and your life is lent to you. So why are you proud?
Okay.
Right. Verse 9, it says, for we are laborers together with Yahweh. Yea, Salaka, ye are Yahweh's husbandry. Ye are Yahweh's building.
So this is crazy, because this is a multifaceted look at us. We are laborers.
Yep.
So we're the builders with God, if we're following God's instructions. We're the husbandry. What's the word husbandry mean? I'm just gonna pull it up real quick. If you don't know what a husband is somebody who tends to a garden, but the husbandry is the cultivated field. It is the field that the husband is working in. So we are the field, we are the workers in the field, and we are God's building. Right? So we're not above one another when you look at it from the grand scheme of things. If you look at, I'm sure you look at a molecule real close, they got a lot of little parts to it you wouldn't see with the naked eye, but when you zoom out, it's one particle. Same go with anything, right? So we zoom in on it. It's like there might be instructions sourcing from somewhere, but when you zoom out, it's all one. And unless that understanding is within that organism, the organism's gonna fail, right? Your brain in your in your legs. They're connected. Your head sends signals to the legs. If it don't, it's because there's a neurological disorder. There's a disconnect somewhere where something's out of line. Something carnal is fucked up. You see that? So keep reading. Now watch this. This is how you cut the Christian head all the way off. We got it dangling by the skin. Right?
Right.
Go ahead.
Con. According to the grace of
Oh shit. Whoa. Oh, whoa. According to what?
the grace of Yahweh.
Damn. So we're talking about how, we water, Yahweh comes and gives the increase. Somebody else drops the seeds, Yahweh comes and gives the increase. Right? And how we are no different from each other. We all serve the same purpose. We're all laborers. We're all God's husbandry, and we're all God's building according to the grace of God. So that grace of God, which is given unto me, what does it say?
Given unto me as a wise master builder.
Ooh, I have what?
I have laid the foundation, and another buildeth thereon.
Don't build on another man's foundation. That's the law. No, it ain't, nigga. No, it ain't.
That's right.
No, it ain't.
Bring that out.
Go ahead.
Bring that. Hey, see, and I'm glad you brought that out. I'm so glad you brought that out. Right, but let's continue. Right, I ain't gonna harp on that. But let every man take heed how he buildeth thereupon. That's the important thing.
That's cold. Exactly. See, oh my God, this is what I like to call. This is what I like to call functionality. I like to look at how well a well-oiled machine can work. And if only we thought this way, by and large.
Right.
But yeah, that's a cold cut to a Christian. Yeah, the grace is grace, but you got to put in that labor.
Right, you got to put in the labor. It's not, you can't just do whatever you want and say that the grace of, because of the grace of God, the grace of Christ, I'm good. We're doing no work. We're putting in no labor. When Yahweh is laboring, how the fuck you not putting in no labor? Paul just told you that you got to labor together with the Most High.
Hey,
these Christians bugged out.
And here go for the Israelites, because I once got a video made about me. They said I was in the Taliban and all kind of shit, and I was building on another man's foundation. And mind you, they're hearkening under Paul. Well, why does Paul contradict them? Go ahead.
Verse 10 again. It says, according to the grace which is given unto me as a wise master builder. Keyword wise, right? I have laid the foundation, and another buildeth thereon. But let every man take heed how he buildeth thereupon.
Mm-hmm.
For other foundation can no man lay that is laid, which is AHSHRAWCHAA Mashiach.
Ooh, shit. So you can't even lay another. You can't even lay another foundation unless you got delusions of grandeur.
Right.
Go ahead.
Now, if any man build upon this foundation, gold, silver, precious stone, wood, hay, stubble, every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire.
Now, this is cold. I like this part right here, because at the end of the day, it don't matter if you're working on the porch, it don't matter if you're working on the balcony, it don't matter if you're working on the roof. Exactly. Because look, it says, I have laid the foundation and another buildeth thereon, but let every man take heed how he buildeth thereon. Why? Because at the end of the day, let me
because at the end of the day, I'm gonna read verse 11 again. For other foundation can no man lay that is laid, which is AHSHRAWCHAA Mashiach.
You know what I'm talking about? Now look, this is Revelation. And now I'm going to read 20 and 13. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them. And they were judged, every man according to their works.
Mm.
Look, Revelation 20 and 12. I saw the dead, small, great, stand before God, and the books were open, and another book was open, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books, according to their works.
Message. Message to Christianity, right? But this is even, look, I know I'm talking about Christianity, but this is more than the message to us, man, is that it should be clear, man, that Paul, he's laying out to, to the church at Corinth, like your minds are all in the wrong spot. Y'all worrying about who's with who and who got this status, you know what I'm saying? You better worry about putting your head down and getting to work, man.
Exactly.
Right?
And you're not going to be able to hide behind that T-shirt with the most popular logo in the nation. You're not going to be able to hide behind that, because if you're just a bare minimum nigga, guess what? You're going to be judged according to your work.
Your work. That's right. Hey, look, I'm going to speak a little bit codily, but we've had these conversations before, and I do believe that, many brothers, they may get seduced by things like that and forget that, your logo doesn't signify your salvation, right? You got to put that work in, right? You and you alone are going to get judged, right? So, make sure we taking heed to that, right? And being accountable for our words, right?
And I like just doubling down on what Cap said, man. We really gotta analyze ourselves. So, if you got with F.O.G for any reason other than to take advantage of the resource that we want to be in, helping you perfect your walk, you gotta reevaluate it, because we're not gonna help you get popular. I'm gonna tell you that right now. What we are gonna help you do is put your best foot forward in making the Most High's word popular. I don't give a fuck how good you look to who, outside of how well you're delivering this word and how well you're walking. Outside of that, I don't give a damn. Of course, I'm gonna want you brothers to utilize social media. Of course, I'm gonna want you brothers to open up YouTube channels for your body and upload videos to them on one of these days. But we don't put the horse before the carriage, right? It's about the work first. So we want to develop you internally. Then we want to develop what you do externally. And it just happens so to be that when the internal comes together, the external starts to show.
Yeah,
But if you have anything, Cap, we could keep going.
Yeah, I'm a breeze a little bit. I'm gonna read a little bit more. Verse 13 again. It says, "Every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire, and the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is."
Oh my God, man! Salakia. Malachi chapter 3. Behold, I will send my messenger, and he shall prepare the way before me. And Yahweh whom ye are Salakia, and the Lord whom ye seek shall suddenly come to his temple. That's not Yahweh, it's Adon or Adonai. Whom ye seek shall suddenly come to his temple, even the messenger of the covenant whom ye delight in. Behold, I shall come, saith Yahweh of hosts. Right? Watch this. He shall come, saith Yahweh of hosts. But who may abide in that day of his coming, and who shall stand when he appeareth? For he is like a refiner's fire, and like a fuller's soap.
Wow.
He shall sit as a refiner and purifier of silver, and he shall purify the sons of Levi and purge them as gold and silver, that they may offer unto Yahweh the offerings of righteousness. Now, This is cold because it's talking about what the temple is going to be looking like in its operation, but he's saying that he's going to be judging the temple work that we do in the spirit under this Melchizedek high priesthood.
Right.
That shit is cold right there.
In that same similitude, in that same manner, right? Right.
Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit shall be chopped down and cast into the fire.
Right.
Oh, man.
Con.
Hey, I didn't know First Corinthians hit like this, to be honest.
I remember we were talking, and I said I hadn't read it in a while, and it is hitting, man. I read a little bit of it. So, chapter 4 and the beginning of chapter 5, chapter 6, just wait. Oh,
Right.
Yeah.
Paul got something for you in this.
Hey, God, hey, look, and it does help because when you're doing it as a group and you got multiple eyes looking at it and you got multiple questions, and it brings out a lot more edification in the process too, because you know you could see something or pick something out that I didn't even pick out, and you bring emphasis on a lot of things. So yeah,
Right. Con. I'm a verse 13 again. So every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it. But because it shall be revealed by fire, and the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is. If any man's work abide which he have built thereupon, he shall receive a reward. If any man's work shall be burned, he shall suffer losses, but he himself shall be saved, yet so as by fire. Oh my. Y'all see what he said there?
That's some
That's
poetic.
cold and scary.
He dropped bars.
Bars.
test you and you work at the same time.
Yeah. Getting tried by getting burnt up.
Hey, that's the little trial by fire.
Right? That's the second death. Goodness gracious.
Mm.
Wow.
So you've got to really be mindful of the things you do and how you move and the ordinances that you move and you operate.
Right. Absolutely.
How you speak, how you think.
Whew. Bars, man. Straight bars. The brother Paul was dropping right there, right? Shout out to the tribe of Benjamin, all right?
Look. NLT says, but if the work is burned up, the builder will suffer great loss. The builder will be saved, but like someone barely escaping through a wall of flames.
What was that in?
Oh, what
that was the what?
Was that?
That's 1 Corinthians 3 and 15, but it's in the NLT.
Woo!
NLT. Ooh.
Fuck.
Wow.
Because it says that if the righteous are scarcely saved, where the wicked gonna appear?
Right. Man, bro.
Right, we gonna feel it on our face before we get saved. That's just scary, bro.
I'm telling you, bro. It's like Yahweh could let you run through a building, a never-ending hallway in a building that's on fire, naked.
God.
Goodness gracious, man. Right? People say, well, if all Israel gonna be saved, then why even do the work? Because of that.
For real.
Because of what Paul just said right here.
Why put yourself through all of that?
Whew.
Don't you know you catch fire before the flames even get near you?
Yeah, you burning up.
Like you start melting before you even catch fire.
The smoke be hot.
If it don't drop right on you, you're fucked.
Man, bro. And Yahweh make that thing like he gonna. All right, man. You think it's a game, man, and see what Yahweh do. Right, verse 16. Right. Know ye not that ye are the temple of Yahweh, and that the spirit of Yahweh dwelleth in you? If any man defile the temple of Yahweh, him shall Yahweh destroy.
So that's why, that's what it's talking about.
That's right.
When it touches on that, how you build,
Yep.
you know, what you're introducing people to, you know, understanding the susceptibility that brothers and sisters have to certain weak shit, you know, understand that, you know, you want to make sure that you're putting your seed in the deep soil.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Again, if any man defile the temple of Yahweh, him shall Yahweh destroy. Right? And remember, we're laborers and builders together, right? So it's like what AHSHRAWCHAA said, man. If any man, you know, teach a person to break the least of these laws, right? To break the least of the laws and teach men so, he's gonna be the least in the kingdom of heaven. All right. So any man defile the temple of Yahweh, him shall Yahweh destroy. For the temple of Yahweh is holy, which temple ye are. Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool, that he may be wise. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High Yahweh. For it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
Shit.
And again,
Mm-hmm.
the Lord knoweth the thoughts of the wise, that they are vain.
He that diggeth a pit shall fall in it.
That's right. Thou shalt fall on their own swords. Right? Therefore, let no man glory in men, for all things are yours, whether Paul or Apollos or Cephas or the world or life or death or things present or things to come all are yours, and ye are Hamashiach's, and Hamashiach is Yahweh's.
Mm.
Wow, that's code too, right?
God damn. Hold on.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful family, right?
God.
I'm lagging behind a little bit. I'm gonna find something real quick.
I'm gonna read verse 19 through 23 one more time, right? So this is 1 Corinthians chapter 19, chapter 3, verses 19 through 23. It says, for the wisdom of this world is foolishness with Yahweh, for it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness. And again, the Most High knoweth the thoughts of the wise, that they are vain. Therefore let no man glory in men, for all things are yours, whether Paul or Apollos or Cephas or the world or life or death or things present or things to come, all are yours. And ye are Hamashiach's, and Hamashiach is Yahweh's. That's
Man,
cold, man.
that was a good read right there.
Mm-hmm.
So man, brothers, I hope you were taking your notes. Again, when we get to the end of this, when we get to the end of 1 Corinthians, we're definitely gonna, you know, converse about what we gathered in totality. We're gonna go through the different subjects that come up through the letter and just see if we all have a well-balanced understanding. Next Sunday, same time, that's 12 Eastern time, 11 Central time. That's 9 o'clock my time. You know, we're going to go into it again. We're going to pick up at chapter 4. Remember, brothers, the assignment for you in the meantime is to make sure that you're getting your copy of Hellenistic Civilization in the Jews. And we want to have that by, who remembers the date?
No later by the 5th.
Yeah,
Who the 5th?
5th of May.
Mm-hmm. Con.
or else,
or it's push-ups.
Push-ups,
or
or all right.
10 minutes video out outside.
Right. That's right.
The importance of being on time.
That's right.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Man, today was good. Any questions before we wrap up?
Ah,
No, man. I'm gonna read one precept that went with the last couple of verses in that chapter.
okay.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 1 and 2. It says, "The words of the preacher, the son of David, king in
Mm,
Jerusalem. Vanity of vanities, saith the
mm.
preacher. Vanity of vanities, all is vanity. What profit have a man of all his labor which he taketh under the sun?" And I end
Yeah,
there.
that's a good point. Ah,
Mhm. That's a good question.
Right? And he's
Good
and the preacher
question.
gives that, and the preacher waits a long time to ultimately give the answer to that, not to the 12th chapter.
Yeah,
Right?
it's a gift from God to be able to eat of the fruits of your labor.
That's right.
But all is vanity.
All still
yeah.
vanity though.
It's either a win-win or it's a lose-lose. So to balance it, fear God and keep the commandments, which is the whole duty of man.
That's right.
There it is.
And that's why I said he doesn't answer the question until the end. Right.
He
That's
gives you
all.
all the time and everything else and tells you after all of this,
Right.
you you find this in the end. It,
Right.
can I say real quick? And it's ironic you say that because and you see this and you hear the stories about people that never believe in the Most High, never believe in the power, never believe in the scriptures, don't believe in God, but on their deathbed, when death is coming, is a knocking. All of a sudden,
Right.
they get an epiphany and they realize, man, there is a God.
Right. There is a God. Right. Con. Yep. Yep. Absolutely. But hey, this was a great read. Definitely was a great read today.
Definitely was.
With that, man, I appreciate you brothers for showing up. We're gonna give all praises to Yahweh in the name of
Oh,
the Son Shai. With
Con.
that, Shalom Akim. I'm gonna be
Shalom.
there
Shalom.
for the day. I gotta get caught up on some more work. So text me if you need me.
God. Shalom.
Shalom.